This is a Welsh Hawthorn I did a video on a while back, and now we just have to make it a little bit more tidy. So join me in this video and I'll show you how to do it. This Hawthorn just started to grow and started growing from everywhere. It even started growing from the trunk over here, and we don't really want that, so we're going to sort it out today. I'm going to do the first work of the season on this Hawthorn. So as you can see, it's been growing really well. So it's got a couple inches on there. It's just really pushing for growth. We're really glad that repotting has done really well last year as well. So we repotted it after the work. So we bent this branch. It was like standing up like that, and we bent it all the way down, as you remember. Responding really well to the work. We repotted it and it just didn't skip a beat really, so really good, healthy, strong tree. So yeah, we can just really build on that for the future. So yeah, good new shoots on there. We won't be touching that, pruning that back now, because it's still a little bit soft on the inside. So we're just gonna wait another week or two, something like that, and then we'll be pruning it back to about 2 pairs. But what we're going to do today, we're going to get rid of all of the buds coming from places we don't want them. As I said in many videos before, we don't really want them there because we already want to build a structure on the existing branches. We don't want any more extra branches. Even the tree wants to throw them out, we just have to keep on top of it. So first, we're going to take off the tie, see if that's hold the branch. So cut that off like that. It's not too far, so it's only moved a little bit back, so that should be alright. That doesn't spring any further now. If you've been bending pines or junipers, or even yew, they can be quite flexible, so they sometimes spring back, so you sometimes have to put another one on or leave it on a little bit longer, or you can just push it down a little bit further so you make sure it's going to stay in that position. So now we're going to get rid of all the new buds that have been sprouting out. So unless you just really want a branch in that particular place, you can keep them of course and then grow more and make a new branch. But what I said before, we already got our structure in place. We don't really need any more branches where we want anywhere. I think I'll just kind of space the branches out where I want them. So we're just going to remove all of the new shoots. So start with the ones here on the bottom. To make sure, so it's still, the leaves are gone now, but it's still some little stalks there, so in a week or so time it will sprout again from there, because you basically just leaf prune it and the little attachments are still there. So go in there with the knob cutter and take the whole thing out. So we have a load inside here as well. As you can see, we've got one branch there, 2 branches there, but all of these inside here are all new ones. So we're going to be removing them as well now. So for the big, I'll just remove them by hand. They just break off really easy. And then go around with the knob cutter to get all the little stalks clean them all up. So even we've got stuff growing from there. And if you've got a sharp nail, that's just ideal as well. So just take them off. And then you can come in with a knob cutter and make sure it's nice and clean. So we'll just make it a bit more thin down that way, a bit more deadwood, and then we won't get any more buds there either. See now here, it looks nice and clean now, nice and open. So just focus the intention on the branch really. So that's really good. So here we can see a typical branch for Hawthorn. So we've got two going out this way, and then one going down, one going almost diagonal, another one going diagonal. So if you see it from the front, two sideways, one up, one down. So it becomes a nice dense bush, ideal for hedges. When we create a pad, then everything will just growing downwards is obsolete, so we can prune that off. And then we create ourselves a nice pad like that really. So here's where we removed a branch earlier this year when we did the first work. So naturally there's where new buds want to form again, because the tree thinks, oh, I had a branch there before, I'll just pop out another one. So this is a very good example from what normally happens. So unfortunately that branch died because it broke down there. So, but another one appeared. So we don't need this one coming from the top. So we're going to remove that one. Remove that a little bit. Can cut this away. And this branch. So now this branch coming out here is a much better angle as well, as before it went up and then down. So we're just going to keep this one to grow out, and then we can create another branch in there. Hello, do you like this video? Please subscribe and follow me for more. You can see branches are quite straight, so they just come out either way, so put some nice movement in there. But then these branches are quite straight, so I might be tempted to just move that in the right direction, so everything should be moving away from the trunk towards the light basically. This is light as well, but to create that path, to create that ramification there, the density we want it just to grow, just like that one, growing out that way, so it'll be a bit nicer. Also just gonna go straight up because there's where the most light is, but we want it just to build in here, a bit like that. This is a bit more calmer, this is not growing as fast then in the top, so this is kind of where you want to go for that kind of structure. Then again here we got another coming straight from the axis, so then we have 1, 2, 3 coming from there. There's another one right on top of it, like that, so that can go. It's normally hard to see when the leaves are all on the tree, if the wire is digging in or not, so you have to get out of the garden every week or so and just get your nose right in there and see if it's digging in or not. Create another branch in there, kind of like, that'll be quite nice. We wired, but this is a new one coming straight from the axis. Or the axis is like that, so we don't really want that. So if we'll leave that and just prune it off to create a nice little bushy path, it'll be, by the end of the year, it'll be a great knuckle there. So this wire in the top starts to dig in a little bit, the thicker one. So I'm just going to remove that. So this one is not quite growing in, so I'll put them two together. That one is not, is still okay. So this way we still can keep that one on. So the whole, the way you wire your branches, if you do it properly, you can just take the stuff out, what's digging in. And most of the times it can still keep structure to the rest of the tree. So if the wiring is not so good, sometimes you just take it off and then you have to take everything off because it's not holding it together. So if it's just pinching, just making a little indent in the bark, that's just about enough. Especially for broadleaf trees, you don't want to go any further than that, depending on how thick the bark is. So the bark is quite thick on Hawthorn, so you can get away with it with a little bit of scarring, but less is possible. So if you've got a tree which got a finer bark, like a maple or a privet, as soon as you start pinching, you need to take the wire off. because otherwise you just get damaged and you will be seeing it for a long time. It takes a long time before that scar goes. Right, yeah, so that looks a lot neater now, I think. I'm just going to strip some more dead wood off here, as this is not part we want to grow, so we can strip all the bark off there. So it prevents from new buds popping up from there, really. The work, you can see it's a lot cleaner now. It's a lot nice and tidy. You can see the main branches, you can see the trunk line. So now we're just going to let it grow for another couple of weeks, wait till the shoots are hardened off from the base, and then we'll be able to prune it back. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye.